Hello, kids, it's Grandpa, and I've been wheeled out of my room because the harpies who run the nursing home say I have to tell you kids something. And apparently it wasn't that I don't love you and I wrote none of you in my will. They said that was not true, and that was just the age getting to my mind. I don't love any of you, and none of you are in my will. I left everything to Stumpy, my rat. These Jezebels tell me that Stumpy's dead, but I don't believe it. He lives in the walls. Anyway, they want me to tell you about wheat. Apparently, you kids aren't eating enough fiber. So much so that one young poor man was left crying out for wheat because all he had was little tiny wheats, and he wants one big wheat, a huge wheat, a big, huge wheat. I don't know what that looks like. Does he want a field of wheat? Does he want one gigantic wheat plant? Does he want, like, a stack of wheat? I don't know what this boy wants, but apparently you're all not eating your fiber, so Grandpa has to tell you what fiber is for. It's called regularity. And I tell you what, it's something that you will miss when you get to be my age, because, oh boy, there's nothing like suddenly having the urge to make a poopy. Especially when you're not agile or quick, or your muscles are just not what they used to be, so you can't hold it as long. There's a lot of shame being an old man, especially when you have toilet issues. Sometimes, though, when you get old, the opposite happens. You don't have to worry about it coming suddenly in the dead of night. You have to worry about it not coming at all. And that's when fiber comes. Now, when you're my age, you can't just sit there and eat wheat, because that's just not how your mouth works anymore. You have to eat softer foods. But they have a magic thing called Metamucil. And I tell you what, when it's time for me to give the old GI tract an overhaul, nothing makes me smile more than Metamucil. Because the alternatives are uncomfortable, like X-Lax, some cramping and some gas. Or even worse, an enema. You kids probably don't know what an enema is, and trust me, none of you want to know. It's like getting your system flushed out in reverse. Anyway, so they give you Metamucil, and you mix it in with your morning OJ or whatever you're drinking, and you chug that sucker down, and it helps you stay regular. Helps make everything flow a lot smoother. And you're sitting there and you look at it and you go, all right, Metamucil, work your magic, I'm ready. But, of course, the downside of all of that is eventually you have to worry about it striking when you least expect it, and you're sitting there playing a game of bingo with Ethel and Richard, and suddenly, oh, my Lord, it's happening. And the bathroom's like 30 feet away. You're never going to make that in time. Thank the Lord for Depends. But none of you are at that point yet, so eat wheat. And you won't have to worry about being irregular no more. That poor boy who wants his giant wheat can have his giant wheat. Now, Matlock is on TV, so I'm going to have one of these hideous gorgons take me back to my room so I can watch Matlock.